Miss Desdunes. We have been talking about weather versus climate. I want to do a little review over those two topics. A lot of people think that weather and climate are the same. So we're going to do a little review so that we'll get a better understanding of what weather is and what climate is. In our review, we will be using a Freyer model, one for weather and one for climate. As I said, many people use the terms weather and climate as having the same meaning. However, they actually mean two very different things. Weather is the daily conditions for a certain location. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the definition of weather. It is the daily conditions for a certain location. In other words, it is what the air is like outside. Okay? So, some characteristics. I'm going to just draw a line here through keywords. And I'm going to replace that with characteristics of weather. Weather is constantly changing. So we're going to write the words constantly changing. Weather can change from day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. It can be sunny in the morning when you come to school, raining by lunchtime, and sunny when you go home. That's weather. Constantly changing. Some examples of weather are sunshine, rain, as we discussed in previous lessons, cloud cover, wind speed are all examples of weather. Some non-examples of weather would include grass, mountains, and coast. So we have just reviewed weather. Our next Freyer model will deal with climate. Again, as I stated earlier, climate is the average conditions over a long period of time. So we're going to write for a definition. Average condition over a period of 100 years. 100 years. That's a very long time. Again, I'm going to mark out keywords, replace it with the word characteristics. And a characteristic of climate is that it remains the same most of the time. Some examples of climate are hot and humid in July, snow in January, no precipitation in the desert, as well as we've been talking about some severe weather, hurricanes. So we can say hurricanes in July, August, and September, which we refer to as hurricane season. Some non-examples of climate would include things such as it's raining outside, there's an overcast today, and one that refers to just the temperature. It's about 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So, we have just reviewed weather versus climate. I'm going to go back over the definition of both vocabulary terms. Weather being the daily conditions for a certain location, or in other words, what is the air like outside, and climate. It is the average condition over a period of 100 years, where weather changes from day to day, climate remains the same most of the time.